Hello and welcome back to the Birdhouse Rules. Let's do a mid-year check-in, shall we? So mid-year check-in, everybody does like a mid-year freak-out tag. I'm not freaking out, so I will just check in with you guys. I got my questions from a Book Lover Amanda's page. So I set my Goodread goal, come on. Goodreads goal this year to 52 because last year I hit a pretty big reading slump, and I didn't want to make myself read, if I did that again. So I said it, but I've already read more than that. I've read 102 books so far. Several of them were short stories, so I would say at least 12 of them were short stories. So I've read about 100 books so far. Best book so far, I think the one I gave several books 5 stars, so this was hard for me to narrow down, but I'm going to give it to this one because I keep thinking about it, and it was just really done really well. And we read it for Keisha's Revive book club, and it's The Extraordinary Deaths of Mrs. Kipp. And this was so good. I gave it 5 stars. I think we read it in May. I believe it was in May. But we follow Mrs. Kipp, who is at the end of her life, and she's going to a care home at the end of her life, and it's a Christian fiction book, but she becomes friends with another man, a lonely man in that facility, and it talks about their journey, but also it talks about a young reporter come to write her obituary, and so you learn the things that Mrs. Kipp has done through her life for the Lord, and the love that he has and the love that she shares of his to others. And it was just really impactful, and it made me grateful for the people that I've had in my life that were Mrs. Kipp-esque. The lady that led me to the Lord, Miss Bell, she was very much like that. She was a go-getter. She loved the Lord, and she talked to everybody about the Lord, and it's amazing to have people in your life that way. And this book was a good it was just a good reminder of that, and it was I sobbed in it, but I cry and everything, so that's that's not anything shocking. But I gave it 5 stars. I'll probably read it again, and I would highly recommend it for any Christian reader. It was really good. The best sequel that I read, again, I'm not going to count rereads of books that I've done. So this one was Lee Child and Andrew Child's A Jack Reacher novel, In Too Deep. It was just the best because I enjoy all the Jack Reacher novels, and it's good to be in his world again. And so I really enjoyed it. And I don't want to give too much away because this is, I don't even remember what number. I won't talk about it too much. This is number 29. So it's not just one sequel. It's way down in the series. And in this one, Reacher wakes up alone and in the dark, handcuffed to a bed in a makeshift hospital room. And that's all I'm going to read of the description. And the rest of it is all Reacher-esque. So there is language. There is obviously violence. It's a Reacher book. But I really enjoyed the mystery, just as I always do with these. A new release that I have not got to yet is Sunrise on the Reaping. This is the next installment in the Hunger Games. I think I have it out from the library, and so I need to get to it this week. So hopefully I will. I'm looking forward to it. I loved the Hunger Games series when I read it. I did not enjoy the Songbird. What is that? Songbird of Snakes and Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes. Because I don't like President Snow, and it was his backstory, so I didn't love that one. But I still enjoyed it because it was part of that world. And then, so this one, I'm really looking forward to it. I know it's Haymitch's backstory, and I know everybody who has read it so far has really enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to it. Yep, the most anticipated for the second half of the year. My next anticipated is Robert Galbraith's The Hallmarked Man. This is a Cormoran Strike novel, and I don't remember if it's 7 or 8, 9, somewhere up in there. So I don't know anything about it, but it's a Cormoran Strike novel. I love this series. It's my favorite series of all time. I really enjoy the writing style. I enjoy the depth of the characters, so I will read it no matter what, and I will probably love it. So, and these, I will say, they follow private detective Cormoran Strike and his assistant / business partner, Robin, as they solve mysteries and hunt down killers and all that kind of stuff. It's a good time. The next one, the biggest surprise. So this one, so far, the biggest surprise, let's see. Yeah. Was The Midnight Puzzle by G.G. Pandian. Is that how you pronounce it? I had this as an ARC copy of the audiobook, and I always put it off because for whatever reason, this cover I didn't read anything about it, or didn't. I read it when I requested the ARC copy, but then set aside, never thought about it, and I hadn't read any other in this series. Hadn't read it. This is the first book I've read by her. And I thought it was a middle grade or a kid's novel, something like that. And so I just kept putting it off for some reason. I finally picked it up and loved it. I really, really thoroughly enjoyed it. So she remodels homes in the story. Let's see. Let me find her name. Let's go back to Goodreads. This is like the second or third in this series, by the way. It's not number 1. This is book 3. So, the heroine, Tempest, modern day queen of the locked mystery. Let's see. So, in this one, we follow Tempest. Her construction company, the Secret Staircase Construction Company, is under attack because a former client tried to kill his wife and blames their construction on why it happened. So, as I said, this is the third in the book, so I don't want to give you 2 more details because I don't know if it spoils the other 2. I haven't read them other 2. I don't mind spoilers, but I know some people don't like that. But I was shocked. I was really shocked by how much I enjoyed this book, and I gave it 5 stars. It was clean. It was funny. There wasn't any bad language in it. I really had a good time with it, and I will go back and read the rest in the series. I was just really surprised by it. New favorite author. So that's number 6. New favorite author. I don't read a ton of romance because I'm a crier, so a lot of people want to have like these really emotional. No, I can't handle that. I cry in everything, okay? I have cried in Jack Reacher novels, so I don't need to be reading all these romantic sappy things. So I'm not a big romance reader. And so when I do read romance, I want it to be clean, and I want it to be a romantic comedy, and I don't want to sob my eyes out every other page, okay? So I picked up, because Oceana really liked this one, and so I picked it up, The One with the Kiss Cam by Cindy Steele. Oh my word. This is the cutest. This is everything I want in a rom-com. It was so stinking cute. I enjoyed it so much. Like, it is one of those just kick your feet and giggle kind of books. This is the first book I had read by her, but I will go back and read more. I don't know how many books she has. So this one, she's on a date with a horrible guy. They're at a basketball game. She's having a terrible time. And she starts talking to the guy on the other side of her. And I don't want to give anything else away, but it's a fun time. It is so much fun. I enjoyed it so much. I highly recommend it. If you want a rom-com that's just funny and giggly and girly, good time. It's so much fun. I really, really enjoyed it. I'm going to see if she's got other books because I need to read some more books by this chickie. She does. She has a handful of other books. So I can't wait to read more from her. So this is the first book I've read, and I will read more. So the next question is, newest fictional crush. So I don't crush on fictional characters, but I really enjoyed the Fairest of Heart by Karen Whittemore. This is the first book in this series. It's the first one I've read of hers. No, this is not true. I've read something else. I've only read a couple of books by her, and this is the first in this series. This was also a 5-star read for me. I had a really fun time with it. And this one is a Snow White retelling, and it's so stinking cute. Her name, the girl that we're following, is Penelope Snow, and she is a personal maid for a famous actress. And this is historical fiction, in case you couldn't tell by the cover. And it's set in the Old West. And so our hero is a Texas Ranger, and his name is Titus Kingsley. And this is a Christian book, by the way. And so I just really enjoyed his character in this book. He can be a little tough and rigid at times, but he's a lawman, you know. And I just really enjoyed this character a lot. So I enjoyed his character and just how he cares for the people around him, and then he starts getting feelings for Penelope, and it's just really cute, and I just really enjoyed this story, and I enjoyed this character. So, next, a book that made me cry. Again, I cry in everything, so this is not hard, okay? Cry in everything. I cried in Mrs. Kip. I'm sure I teared up in the Kiss Cam. I teared up in The Fairest of Heart. I know I did. And this one, I sobbed in. Because I'm not also counting reads. I cried in The Thursday Murder Club. So this one, The Summer I Turned Pretty, I sobbed in it. And I can't tell you why, because it would be a major spoiler to the book. But if you read it, you know why. And if you haven't read it, this is a young adult clean romance. And you talk about, her name is Belly, and we follow her. We have a present day timeline and a past timelines where you see her growing up, and each summer they go to her mom's best friend's beach house, and she spends time with her mom and brother, and then her mom's best friend and her 2 boys. And it talks about her crushes on these boys and stuff. And it's so cute, and just a light, mostly light, summer love read. And so it was really what I needed at the time, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But I bawled my eyes out toward the end of this. If you've read it, you know why. Or if you watch the show, I'm sure it's in there, and you probably know why. So, next. Biggest disappointment. So I picked up The Resurrectionist by A. Ray Dunlap. This I picked up for a readathon I did in May, and I did not do my research on this book. I just picked it up because it was part of a readathon we were doing, and I usually research everything, okay? But this is back in the Victoria era, and it's talking about these boys that go to medical school, and they have to have cadavers for medical school. And so this book follows some body snatchers. And I was a little bit bored. I read about half of it. I did read half of it. I got to 50% in the book. I was a little bit bored. Nothing major had happened. And I know it was supposed to be like intense because of what they were doing, the body snatching aspect of it, because that is a crime, you know. And it was a problem back then, you know. And so I was a little bit bored, so I was a little sad in that. But then, on top of that, after they body snatched one night, there is a kiss between the 2 main male characters. And I just didn't want to read anymore. I don't want to read a book that is dark and twisted and then have a romance thrown in. So if you're not into that, I wouldn't recommend this book. So I DNF'd it because of that. So next, let's see, what is the next one? Oh, the most beautiful book you've acquired this year. I don't buy a whole lot of books because we don't have a lot of space in our house. I did buy some used books that are beautiful, and they're used, so they do have some dings, but they're the used Mina Lima editions of the Harry Potter books. So, but I really love them, and I can't wait to reread Harry Potter in the fall so I can read these books. And I love the Mina Lima editions because they're interactive, and that's why I wanted them. So they're interactive. So their pages open up, and they have different little tidbits like that all throughout. So I bought book 1. I bought book 2. And if you've read these, you already know, like, but it's just so pretty. I can't do it justice and hold it up right. I just love the art and all of it. So, prettiest editions. And then book 3, Prisoner of Azkaban. Also pretty. I love the colors in this one as well. So, let me see. The Marauder's map is in this one, and it's interactive. So, let's see. Let's get just an artsy. Ooh, pretty. This is of the Shrieking Shack. So, if you've never read Harry Potter. But, so those are the prettiest books I have acquired. Because I don't buy a whole lot of books. So, I bought those used. I don't mind if they're a little dinged up because I'm going to read them. So, it'll be okay. Next. Book still on my 24 TBR. Is that what that says? Book still on your 2024 TBR. Yes, okay. Man, I can't read. So, Beyond Ivy Walls came out last year, and I have it on ARC. So, a book that's still on your 2024 TBR. Rachel Fordham's Beyond Ivy Walls. It came out in August of last year, and I didn't read it yet. I have it. I have an ARC copy of the audiobook. And I know I'm going to love it because I loved the, I've read 2 or 3 of her books, and I really enjoyed it. This is it says, reminiscent of Beauty and the Beast, a recluse and a young woman discover that scars of life are no match for an act of love. Iowa, 1901. All of Monticello believes Otis Taylor has been away fostering his musical genius, but the truth is that his father exiled him long ago, rejecting Otis's appearance and the scars that came with it. And then 23-year-old Sadie West left her family farm, found employment at the Hogue Feather Duster Factory. It isn't a romantic job, but she hardly had a glimmer of romance since her beau went off to college, leaving her with no promise of a future together. Desperate to save money and help her family make ends meet. And then they have, anyway, so I think I'll really enjoy it, and everybody that I've heard that has read it has also enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to it, and I still needed to read it. So that is my mid-year check-in. That is where I currently stand on all the books, and all these are liable to change because when the Hallmarked Man comes out in the fall, that will be my best book of the year. I can about guarantee it. So I will see you again for another check-in at the end of the year and see how all the books went for this year, and hopefully all goes well. So I hope you guys all enjoy your books. Let's talk about books in the comments. Let me know your favorite book of the year so far and any of the other questions on this list that you wish to answer. And I just thank you so much for being here and spending a little bit of time out of your day with me. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.